this Liverpool team's achievements in Europe. His generation have had to listen to such tales from their fathers. It's been 20 years. Tough. A goal in 50 seconds for Milan. Oh, would you believe it? Paolo Maldini, the skipper, has scored it. They were behind in just 6 minutes that night. Liverpool behind in 1.
Sure that they get possession of the ball, they keep it, they don't allow Milan's confidence and arrogance to really start developing.
A lot of people said it would be a dull, and Sami Hyypiä and Jamie Carragher are forward. Finnan offering himself for the short one. Arna Risa the volley. Oh, it struck Stam. It was on its way, that.
Oh, Clive, that was
gain. Swung it towards Hyypiä. Straight at Dida.
Great response from Liverpool. Really is.
Seedorf. Tuso, current Italian international. Well, the odds against that chance have lengthened already here. Carragher, who's been so enduring. Pirlo coming across. He was caught by Cafu, was he? No, throw in.
It was a good positive run from John Arnorisa, but I think he was always struggling to keep
command in the Milan midfield. There's no flag here, and Shevchenko has escaped Hyypiä, and he's got support from Crespo. Really good recovery by Sami Hyypiä. Not obviously. Slices it back into the hands of Jerzy Dudek. Milan took a minute to score against them.
Yeah, Nesta this time penalised for looking like he was pulling at Baros there. Important that he holds the ball up tonight.
It's Gerrard who lifts it in towards Harry Kewell. He's pretty good in the air, Harry Kewell.
Yeah, he is. Terry Venables mentioned earlier that he's
nice to slip it back to Seedorf. Now Gattuso. Liverpool have just got to try to steady the boat. And offside briefly. Gattuso chance playing to the ball. Pulled back by Pirlo.
Good passage of play that from Milan. Kept the ball well, kept probing, kept passing. Liverpool having to chase, and Harry. Eventually, when the ball does come out to Harry Kewell, just manages to box.
Liverpool just happy to have some possession and feel their way into the game.
Yeah, that's the idea, Clive. That's what they've got to do.
Tossed in towards the head of Harry. And there is a confident air about Milan. Look at that from Kaka. Tossed back in, and it's a header from Kaka. The two Brazilians combining. Where does Cafu get his energy from? Luis Garcia.
Well, I tell you what, we spoke about it. 2 or 3. Garcia and Risa on the ball, Bob.
Hit on the volley by Baros. And Xabi Alonso was rather better placed, but there was a mix-up there in the Milan defence, the first we've seen.
Yeah, there certainly was.
Still hopes to captain Brazil into the World Cup finals again next summer. He's only played in 3 finals so far. Here's Maldini on the other flank. There's no flag here, and Shevchenko against Traore, and it just fell for Dudek. Shevchenko convinced he was fouled.
Jimmy Traore there, Clive. The rest of the defence has squeezed out, has pushed out, and he's just played them all onside. He's very fortunate to get away with that.
Gerrard's header might fall for Luis Garcia. Well, he's entitled to have a go. He's been scoring goals in the Champions League, 5 in the 6 knockout. Milan Baros is there. Luis Garcia, miss-hit. That was a real chance for Garcia.
It was. It just dropped on his weakened foot, Clive. He's still disappointed. He didn't really make the sort of contact he was after, but that's better. They were patient. Then they switched the play where they had the extra man. Good little flick.
The Liverpool back 4. Offside. Crespo offside.
So difficult to cope. It's so difficult to stop that sort of movement. If you allow Kaka...
Lifted into Shevchenko. He's on board. Here's Hernan Crespo. 2-0. Crespo, who scored home and away against Manchester United earlier in the competition, has now scored the second in the final against Liverpool. But seconds contemplating a penalty to equalise rather than a 2-goal deficit. I must admit, my first feeling is that the ball has rolled against Nesta. Risa. It's coached in towards Baros. It'll come here for Smica to hit. Now Baros has already been penalised. Maybe the ball struck his arm. It'd be rather ironic if that was the decision.
Well, unless he's just... He certainly went to ground.
Goal, that is. Hernan Crespo again from the sublime pass by Kaka. And Milan now playing for wonderful, wonderful goal. Nesta to Gattuso. The last action of a half that Milan dominated from beginning to end. Hernan Crespo scoring 2 goals. The decision to scrap the second group phase has certainly spiced up the Champions League. Porto and Monaco were surprise finalists last year. No team. Oh, it's come off Dudek. It's fallen for Crespo. It's back to Cafu. It's hit Herpia. It's gone for a corner. Almost a calamity for Jerzy Dudek.
Yeah, he shakes his head. It was sloppy, wasn't it? And Crespo there looks almost
trying to lift Liverpool. Another one. This time headed away by Stam. Harman. It's ambitious. It's well struck. It wasn't far away.
Fabulous strike that is. Just as he was teeing it up to have a strike.
In the Champions League this season, they haven't lost.
Sammy's begging there, Sammy's that's the first time, but doesn't matter. Kaka was away there. Poor play again from Jimmy Traore. Sloppy play. Again, the most influential player on the field there. He has been magnificent.
Pirlo, Seedorf, Shevchenko, good save. I don't know how much Jerzy Dudek saw that, but he threw himself away to his left to deny Andriy Shevchenko.
Hell of a strike right as well, because by the time he got to the ball, Shevchenko, there's 2 players.
Risa is there, Gerrard away. Yonana Risa. Harman. Risa. Cafu. Towards Gerrard! Hello! Hello! Here we go! Steven Gerrard puts a grain of doubt in the back of Milan minds and gives hope to all the many thousands of Liverpool fans inside the stadium. Captain! One back by Smica. Harman.
Now we've got to see that high energy, that high tempo.
Hit by Smica. It's in! It's in! Vladimir Smica! 2 goals in 2 minutes for Liverpool. Miracles are possible.
Unbelievable stuff, Clive. It really is. Good patient build-up, Haman. To Smith, he doesn't really get closed down quick enough.
Chelsea. Well, he has picked Liverpool up by the scruff of the neck in this second half, Steven Gerrard, and dragged them back into this game. He has to go, doesn't he, Gattuso?
Well, I mean, Cafu is...
Step up, Xabi Alonso, with a chance to equalise. Yes, equalise for Liverpool. Xabi Alonso, and Mission Impossible is accomplished. Liverpool were 3-0 down 5 minutes ago, and now look at that scoreline. Dida has been beaten 3 times, and Liverpool are on terms. Yes, on terms. Alonso and Dudek's lost it, and here's Shevchenko. Oh, head off the line by Traore. What a rescue by Jimmy Traore. Jerzy Dudek, the most relieved man in the stadium.
Yeah, poor hand.
Well, you have just witnessed 9
extra time. Let's rejoin our commentary team, Andy Townsend and Clive Tilsley.
Liverpool won, and for the 13th time, the European Cup final goes into extra time. Barcelona against 13th time in the competition's 50 years.
Inching forward, just he's still going.
He's there with the volley, and Dudek is there with the catch. He couldn't afford to spill it. Thomason was loitering with intent. That is the end of the first period of extra time. We're 15 minutes away from some kind of result. They're 2 greats of the modern game. To see football in the early stages of that second half. Here we go again. It is amazing these two have never met in Europe before. More than 500. Oh, he's finding an escape route. Pirlo stopped by Harman on the edge of the penalty area. Seemed to run into the German to me. Didier Harman has been penalised. Serginho with the corner. Really good header by Carragher yet again. Cafu. How on earth did he deny him? Oh, and it will be a penalty shootout. It's an unjust way in many respects to settle such an unbelievable football match, but nothing else could separate Liverpool and Milan in the end. And for the 8th time in the 50-year history of the European Cup final, he won a World Club Championship for his Brazilian club, Corinthians. Remember, their substitutes took the first penalty against Juventus at Old Trafford 2 years ago and scored.
That is a horrible penalty. That is anybody. Don't be surprised to see him put this down, take a few paces back and really pitch.
Oh, that'll do. That'll do nicely. Dida can be beaten.
It's a long walk right from the halfway line. It really is.
It is when you miss the first one, sir.
That's right. This is a big pressure penalty from Pirlo.
Pirlo tried to deceive him with a stuttering runner, but he killed him in their last Premiership match against Aston Villa 10 days ago. Barely had a kick of the ball in the game, but he's got a chance. 2-0!
Brilliant.
Harman and Cisse, yes. Serginho and Pirlo, no. Jon Dahl Tollefsen. You can hear an almost pin-drop silence because of the way the Milan fans are outnumbered here. Dida reached next. Legs fired into the roof of the net by Kaka. 2-2 in the shootout. Well, the Liverpool still hold an advantage. Prayers being offered to a higher force. Match point Liverpool.
Great penalty that is.
3-2 is the lead. A man who may be kissing that badge for the last time, maybe. The way to the end and to Anfield.